One.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cooks, chefs, and all that jazz. Me, Harper, Chef Rock, Hill Kitchen. We come live on Zone. Give you my recap, count and all that, on Hell season 10. We're behind a few episodes behind. So here's the way the show works. Watch the show, talk about it, Facebook about it, and we come here, catch it all, having some kitchen. Already have some great lined up shows, some celebrities that fans of that don't necessarily have to butt in. We want to get perspective. We want to hear from the viewers what you think on the show. Guys that and modern day and get information, right? So we're gonna have people from all across the world on this show right here, single week with your boy Harper. So this week's guest, biggest lineup start off with bang. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to introduce the first clip, but beat us first clip by they roll two.
Bonnie and Rock. On the count of three, please turn your handles. Ready? 1. 2.
Well, all right. I think you know our first guest. That would be me. Rock. Hell's Kitchen. Right? No, I'm not being too cocky. Well, maybe I am just a little bit. Me, live and direct. Got a few other things. Let you know that you have a great guest. So you have me, Hell's Kitchen. You have me, the chef, about 15 years. You also have a real true guest. An honor to have you on the show. Before we bring him in, and give you a clip one. All right. Seriously, no. Shameless. I was on him. But this is all about season. And I'm here. So whichever asks the question. It's also the Angry Rock, and it's the March of Dimes Rock. I wouldn't overdo it. But first, gotta get ready. Okay. They got Gordon Ramsay, Scott Lee, and Andy. A lot of people in the kitchen. Serving how many guests? 50 each side. About. Now they have a balcony, maybe more, 60, 65. Not a lot of people. You say, well, it's not a lot of people. Why does it take 3 hours? First of all, it's a lot of people in the kitchen, in a small kitchen. to serve 3 courses to that many people. So what is the show about? The show's all about teamwork. It's about who can excel under pressure, and there will be pressure. You know, many of my chef friends say, hey, why can't these guys push out risotto? It's not that hard, or scallops, or Wellington, or even chicken, or squab, or sometimes spaghetti. Well, it is, you know, great food, and you do have a different level of talent, right? My season, it was Julia, was a Waffle House cook. We had catering chefs. We had nannies, right? Bonnie. And Gordon Ramsay is trying to bring them all together, and he doesn't compromise the quality of the food. So it is going to take some time. It's not like a regular restaurant. I mean, if you had some seasoned professionals all come in there, I guarantee that it wouldn't be as easy as they thought. But even they would be better equipped. But even so, it'd be tough because he doesn't let one thing slip by. And as great as you think you are, the show and the chef is going to put the pressure on you. So we start out season 10 with a phenomenal a lineup of guests, right, including myself. I'm humble, as you can see, and that's the way the show's going to roll. It's going to be all about you, but mostly a little bit of me in between. It was myself and Dave, and we got to cook for the ladies. They won the challenge, went out on the balcony. Phenomenal how TV works, too. They fly, what up to Fox and Hell's Kitchen and ITV and all, and everybody. They fly us out there for, a wonderful trip, and we were happy to be a part of it and cook this great grilled meal. And we were on TV for a little under 2 breaths, which is great. I'm not complaining. I love it. Have me back anytime. But we got to meet all the ladies and a lot of energy. I remember Robin. I think I sat beside Barbie. I remember all of them, Roshni and Kenny. A lot of energy. You know, that first day before you get called cows and bitches and, shouldn't be cussing, right? My mom might be watching. But before he starts to just make you feel like crap and just break you down like a drill sergeant in a boot camp. Everybody's together, they're drinking, you're on the balcony, you got cameras everywhere, you're thinking, wow, this is Southern California, this can't be life. And then, as you proceed, you realize, it's not that easy and it's not going to be that fun. So we were out there, my first impressions, one of the big things people ask me, it's hard for me to tell because you can't see people, so you can't see people in the kitchen, and even when I see them on the show, you're not there. On my season, I love you, Melissa, but I picked Melissa and Tiffany, I think. That was going to be my strongest competition. Tiffany got booted, was the first to go, and Melissa didn't make it as far. She made it pretty far, but, so I'm not the best judge of talent. Speaking of judge of talent, though, woo, first to go. So, 18 people, 2 of them are brown people, right? 2 blacks, 2 African Americans on the show. One of them, okay, so if you haven't noticed, I'm African American. I get excited. Hey, I'm not a racist, but I get excited to see, us on culinary shows. I'm excited when I saw myself. Don't get mad at me just yet. So Tavon, right? Good guy. Not only is a brother, he's from D.C. I'm from Virginia, right outside of D.C. Worked my whole career in D.C. What up, D.C.? Love you. And for all intents and purposes, he's 22 years old, and Gordon says, wow, you're 22, you're an executive chef, congratulations, and you can't cook a scallop, okay? And here's where people say, oh, that can't be real, it's got to be for TV. I don't know, I wasn't there. But when somebody messes up, sure, it's chopped down to a few seconds. You have a 3-hour service and might but they get the gist of it. The people in the editing room get what brought service down. So I wasn't there. I haven't even talked to Tavon yet. But guarantee that Tavon messed up those damn scallops. And he's representing DC. And he had white skinny, he pronounced it, he had white skinny jeans on. And he's not washing dishes in white skinny jeans. It's not a good look, man. It's not a good look. They didn't represent the city well, okay? 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is pretty upset with you right now, I don't know he sounded like he had a Baltimore accent. Got a lot of people out in Baltimore, so, okay, that's cool, love you. But, when you go on, we're going to fry you now. So when I see you in the streets, Tavon, I got a couple things to say to you. I mean, and you know, I smile a lot. I might be smiling, but I'm serious. You know, you gotta do better next time you go on TV. So, good to see you go. Good to see you go. And I'll see you. You know, I'm up in the city all the time, so I'll see you there. Next week, Chris. I honestly, this is no lie for all you Hell's Kitchen watchers out there. I had no idea Chris was on the show until he got in trouble. Like, I had no idea. And I could say that with a straight face. I asked my wife as we were watching, I was like, who is that? Is this the fake? You know, did they like put one of those Gordon Ramsay sort of plants in there or something where they say, surprise, it's my brother, I'm just messing with you. He's gone. No, didn't happen. Chris was for real, and I think had it not been for Devon in episode 1, Chris would have been gone before. So, Chris, I still don't really remember too much about you. I'm sure I'll see you at a reunion or something like that. Welcome to the Hell's Kitchen family. But, okay, Brianna, next to go. Again, you know, before I move on, this show is all about teamwork and camaraderie and leadership and who's going to rise up. You know, there isn't I shouldn't talk, I won't talk about production and selection process because I'm not a TV guy. I'm a chef. I'm a cook. So people ask me about how the show is produced. And I'm not a TV, I don't do television. And I think TV people take offense when we talk about, when non-TV people talk about ratings and why someone's on the show. Because ratings is a word that I've only lived in America, most Americans know with regard to how successful TV comes about. But we don't know about advertising and all the other stuff. I don't even get into it because I don't know about it. I have no idea. But I know that on the show, people, it's like a sink or swim thing. There is, you know, you go right into it. That's the one great thing I like about Hell's Kitchen. The way you see it is the way it happens. You come, take off your blindfold, and they say, hey, welcome. Go in there and make your signature dish. Go upstairs, get dressed, come downstairs and cook. So you have people from all different walks of life. Might be successful chefs, successful cooks in their own world. You know, diners and line cooks and sous chefs and executive sous chefs and catering business owners. But they don't know how to cook in a brigade like Gordon Ramsay. I mean, this guy is the most Michelin-starred chef in the world, or definitely out of the UK. But he's, you know, the most popular chef in the world. And the guy knows how to run a kitchen. He came up in that French brigade system. Not everyone knows how to cook in that system. I had trouble with it. So my point is, these people that are starting to go early, they're not bad people, right? Just because they wear skinny jeans and don't represent their city, the nation's capital, doesn't mean they're bad people, okay? It's because they're not noticed. It just means that they weren't right for this competition early on, okay? Sometimes you get to skate on by, right? Until you get your pitch, get your footing, and you just zoom on through the competition. That's how people make it through. They understand it, they learn, and they adapt. So anyway, Brianna had to go. You know, she seemed fairly talented, but to me, Brianna, if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, was like, you know, okay, what am I doing here? You know, tight-lipped and deer in the headlights. She seemed like a great woman, probably a very accomplished chef, but Hell's Kitchen wasn't for her. So good luck, and welcome to the Alumni Club. Danielle just got the boot recently. This is episode 5. Danielle I think that sort of ruffled a lot of people's feathers. Dana was crying and Christina was crying. Here's my thing, okay? I never cried. I did cry. All right, so don't tweet me, don't message me. I did cry, but I never cried when anyone left. Now I think I was quoted on the show. In order for me to win, everybody here has to go home. I don't give a damn. What? Allegiance, Alliance. You know, this is not Survivor. This is not. I don't know how those shows work. Big Brother. You know, all these other shows we have to create these bonds. It's a cooking competition, and that's one thing that was stressed to us while we were there. Focus on the cooking. Of course, in life and everything you do, it's all about relationships. I mean, my relationships that I created on the show definitely helped me win. Okay, if it wasn't for Brad and even Scott, the sous chef. If it weren't for Scott, I don't think I'd have won. Even Josh, who was supposed to be, sort of my enemy. Well, not enemy, we had it out a little bit. And I had to push him off station in the finale. But because I created great relationships and Bonnie created hers, and Julia was, rooting for me because of my relationships on the show, I won. I'm very confident. I know I'm good, but it wasn't just because of me. It was because of the people around me. So you have to keep that in mind, that everybody, you got to keep good relationships, but at the same time, if you want to win $250,000, you want to go to Vegas, go to Gordon Ramsay, everybody's going to have to lose. So all the crying stuff that, and women are emotional. No very typical, shots there, but women are emotional, and that's a beautiful thing. So, they create bonds that men don't create, or they show them. So the crying, okay, I'm right here with you, girl. I understand that. I get it. Damn, I'm with you. I got your back. I'm just saying, in order for you to win, everybody else is going to go home. So the crying stuff, it wouldn't be me. I'd be, a little upset, but I try to figure out how I'm going to create better relationships with the people that are left to use them for me. Because everyone in the end is going to have to work for you. You might have to pick your team from 8 or 10 people. So I didn't really understand that. It's a competition. Everybody got to go. Now, in my day, it's been 5 years since Hell's Kitchen season 3. And the biggest question is you, if we've never met or we haven't, had any interaction, probably wonder, if you ask anyone, is Gordon Ramsay really a fill in the blank? Well, the answer to that, now I say fill in the blank, is people say jerk, they say asshole, they say, mean, tool, whatever. All these bad words. Is he really a such and such as he seems on TV? My answer to that is, it depends on your definition, right? The short answer is, there is no act. That's what people want to say. Is there an act? No. To me, there's no act. The guy's like that. As a matter of fact, I think they don't show some of his moments, his intense moments. I think it gets even worse. We're sitting watching it, and Bonnie and I would call each other like, hey, it didn't show that part. So the guy is driven. He's trying to run the restaurant while the TV folks are trying to run the TV show. So that's where the magic happens. It just happens when the contestants are picked, and you have people from all different walks of life. Some cook, some can't cook, some are good, some are not actors, but some are more, flamboyant or animated than others, is the right word. And it happens. The magic happens. So Gordon Ramsay is a wonderful chef. He's a great motivator. I love him. It might be a testament to me just being a victim of several years of abuse in the kitchen and being, liking it. But I love it. I love it. Didn't faze me one bit. Matter of fact, it was pretty funny at times when I got all of that. But never was, to me, never was disrespectful. There was a sort of a connection there of trust and hard work, and it paid off. So when you see people, one thing you come to do is test you. So when he tests you, when he calls you out, and he calls a guy like Clemenza or Guy or Patrick out, many times, if you made it this far, he wants to test you. He wants to see how you're going to fight back or how you're going to respond to adversity. So, the other question people are asking, everybody asking, who I think is going to win? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know. I'm not good at picking winners. Okay? I thought Paul last year. Shout out to Paul up at BLT in New York, doing big things. Johnson and Wales grad. Go Jay Wu. Wildcat. Alright, sorry. Enough with the shout out. I thought Paul was going home when he went off and, they had the shaking camera. Big ups to the editors at Hell's Kitchen. I think they're like the best, man. They build the hype, keep you waiting, and the graphics, the cut shots, all that, all. I thought Paul was going home. I haven't picked a winner. I mean, I haven't picked a winner ever. Maybe when it's down the last 2 or 3, I haven't picked a winner. So anyway, well, right now, hope I don't jinx anybody, but it's already taped. Right now, I'm going to go to Dana. All right, Dana on the female side. I definitely like Barbie, and I think it's Christine. Sorry if I messed your name up. Those are my top 3 on the ladies side. On the guy, and this question comes from, actually, I'm reading questions right here from some of my Twitter followers. Hello, Twitter. Always been good to me. Love you guys. This is at Black Girls Don't Date. BLKGRLSDONTDATE. Black Girls Don't Date. My wife did, and anyway, let's move on. My favorite, that's what she said. Who's my favorite? On the guy's side, I like Guy. This might be a surprise. I like Patrick too, because he's sort of the old wily vet. I don't know if he has it, because it takes a lot of energy. You're not sleeping a lot because of different conditions. That's the other thing. It might start out great, it might fall off. I like Royce. Royce has been working with Ralph, season 1's runner-up. Ralph's a bad chef, like bad like good, like Michael Jackson bad, all that. He is a good chef, and he was on Hell's Kitchen. The show has evolved and sort of changed, so he might have some insight he has some insight to the show that other people don't. Now, I think Royce is a little full of himself, because Royce talks about Royce in that person, even though another contestant did that, but another contestant is not the same as Royce, because Rock is pretty cool, and he can get away with that. But anyway, I like Royce. I think he's got skill. If he just humbles himself a bit, I think he can go far. They're showing him being a little immature or whatever, but I think he can get past that. He seems to be a pretty good cook. He just has to be able to take his lumps, and I think he can. But the guys, I think guys to me, they look a little fumbly, but adversity. When you're struggling, it brings something out of you. And the guys are losing challenges, which doesn't mean anything to me. But I think that a winner might come out of the guy section. All right, next question before we wrap up comes from Ruba from at the Rubs Effect. THERUBZZZEFFECT. That's who I think will win the season. If I had to pick a winner right now, I would pick. I'm gonna go with Dana. Sorry, and she just looks strong to me, but that's just my gut. And sorry, Dana, if you lost, but that's where I'm going right now. All right, Madison's mother. One last question says, what do they do with the food from the rest of the challenges? Great question. A lot of people want to ask that. We're not really around to see that, but I think like crew eats it, or just people from behind the scenes. But to burn 12 Wellingtons, who the hell wants to eat that? So not me. Oh, as a matter of fact, if they don't put it in a blender with some milk and make it eat a scallop shake, it goes out. So, all right, folks. So we just ran through a bunch of content there. I appreciate you staying with me. Seriously, tune in next week. Right here, RTV Zone. We're going to have a great lineup of guests, including myself, but we will have real people besides Rock Harper. Shout out to Royce. If you have a question, hit me on Twitter at Rock the Cook. Hit me up on Facebook, Rock Harper, or my fan page, Chef Rock Harper, or go right to rtvzone.com right here. Do the video mailbag. Keep the questions under 30 seconds. And we'll get it on the air. Ask me anything. Don't screen the questions. Feed us the producer. Just shoot them to me. I'm ready for anything right off the hip. So, until then, check out Hell's Kitchen every Monday and Tuesday on Fox, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'll see you rock stars later. Peace.